What's up, you guys? My name is Wolf, and today I'm doing another set review. So yesterday we reviewed the LEGO Overwatch Watchpoint Gibraltar. I still cannot pronounce the last name. So now this one, we are doing the second set that's called Hanzo versus Genji. That's literally what it's called. So this set is based off of the Dragons short, which showcased Hanzo and Genji, and sort of introduced us a little bit more into the lore behind Overwatch. So with this set, it's pretty much the second cheapest set. It's about $19.99, so about $20. So for this set, of course, we got Genji, got his brother Hanzo, and then some weird dude who I believe is supposed to represent as the guy who quickly tries to get his phone before Hanzo takes him out. And the set is based off of a little bit of the Hanamura, I believe is what that place is called, but it's based off of the sets for where Hanzo goes back into the sea. Goes back to his family's home to sort of pay his respects to Genji, and then Genji confronts him. So, like yesterday, I'm gonna review the minifigures, sort of figure out what I can do to, like, improve on them, see what I like about them, and then figure out, like, what can I do to improve for the showcase, and then we'll review the sets, see what it's like, and then give my thoughts and opinions about it. So, without further ado, let's begin this review. Alright, so first up is, of course, Robo Ninja, as I like to call him, which is Genji. Another one of my favorite characters in Overwatch, and pretty much one of the main reasons I got this set. So this minifigure is actually pretty cool. As you can see, like, the torso, they matched it up pretty well. And of course, like, as you can see through the lights, his chest is a bit shiny. Interestingly, though, the rest of the torso is more brown. I was kind of expecting it to be more white, but I guess that's okay. There's some detailing on the legs as well. Like with the other characters, none on the sides of the arms or on the legs. And of course, like, he's got his shurikens, which I like it that this time LEGO actually upgraded them. So for the longest time, ever since LEGO Ninjago, the shurikens, or throwing stars, have always been gold. Well, because at Ninjago at the time, they represented the golden weapons. And for so long, they just kept that up. Now, they actually upgraded it to silver, which matches perfectly for what Genji is. Yes. There's some printing, like, on his helmet. They captured it pretty nicely. And they also got, like, some of the tails, or, like, some of the pieces of cloth that are on the back of the helmet. Now, I kind of like those, but I feel like maybe I can change them up a little bit. As you can see, like, he's got his long green sword, or his dragon blade. Part of me was kind of hoping that, maybe they'd put some more effort into it, but no, this is just a regular green sword. So that's something I'm going to change. Of course, like, the sheath, if it's the standard, like, it's the standard piece that they use for pulling behind in minifigures. A complaint I would give is that, like, when you remove the helmet, he has no face. Genji doesn't have a face, which is like, oh, come on. Why didn't you even at least give him, like, why didn't you at least give him a face underneath? Because it's like, what if kids, like, want to take off the helmet and see, like, his face? Okay, so that's definitely another thing that I'm gonna change. Okay, now try to remove the head, and there is some detailing in the back, so we're gonna remove this piece, and rotate it on the back. So as you can see, like, the detailing continues on the back with some more shiny elements onto it, which is pretty cool. So similar to, like, how I'm going to proceed through, like, the other minifigures, it looks like I'm going to change a little bit of the arms and legs, and also his equipment. Like, the sword, it doesn't match up for what the dragon blade is already about. So luckily, I've prepared ahead of time about what I have in store for Genji, but I'm going to show that when I do the Overwatch showcase. Okay, but pretty much in general, my one complaint about this minifigure is, of course, like, the sword, and also the face. I'm gonna give him a face, because I feel like he needs one. It just gives the character some added elements. So, actually, I haven't seen what he looks like with the sword, so I'll put the sword on. Okay, get on. There we go. So this is the sword. Again, I guess it passes for what it is, but I would honestly like it if they had actually put more effort into it. And he also carries another blade, which I'm gonna put that on as well. I might change this to do more of a fabric sort of thing, but in general, it's not really that big of a deal, but I might. So yeah, in general, this is a decent minifigure. It's not awesome, it's not horrible, it's decent. He said. So how about we go on to our next minifigure? So next up on our list is the second Shimada brother, Hanzo. Hanzo. This minifigure here is pretty interesting as well. So he's only got one face. I double checked. This is the only face he has. I do like it how his hairpiece like matches up to what Hanzo looks like. I think there might be some gray like on his sideburns. I'll double check, but if there is, I'll just do a small repainting on that. He's got a similar sort of like the fabric sort of thing like in his hair. Again, I don't know if I'll change that, but if I want to, I'll go ahead and do that. On the torso, there's some detailing on there, but oddly, like with Mercy, this the pale skin on his chest is a bit faded out. And I think that has to do with the fact on how, like, with the decals, when LEGO actually makes the figures, the dark color sort of overshadows, like, the light color. So, that'll have to be something I'll have to fix. It shouldn't take too long. One complaint I'd give is, like, his arm. Again, with the arms, it doesn't match up with Hanzo. Especially, like, on how he has those long dragon tattoos, or maybe just one tattoo, but there are no tattoos. He's not the same without them. So that is going to be a thing I'll have to fix. I don't know if there's actual detailing on his arm, but if there is, I'm going to put it on there. Same thing with the legs. There is some detailing on the legs. Actually, on the front of the legs, but I'll have to change, but I think I might have to change his boots at least. I do like it on how the detailing from the chest and from, like, the torso continues on a little bit of the waist. Of course, like, he's equipped with the standard quiver. I might change that a little bit. Like, I might swap out, like, one of my previous archery quivers. If not, I'll just give it a repaint to match up for what it's on in the game. On the back, the detailing continues. So, again, the skin, I'll have to change it up a little bit. I do like it how the pattern from the chest, it continues on with the back. So that's pretty good. And the bow is a little bit interesting. This is, like, one of the first bows that LEGO did. I'm glad that they didn't do, like, the classic high-tech bow. With the wheels, and also the pulleys, like, on the ends. But this bow is not exactly like it is on the game. I double-checked, and it's very, very different. So, the bow is going to be another thing that I'm going to have to change as well. So, after reviewing about this, like with Genji, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. So, it's decent. But it's clear, like, some of the routes that I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to, like, change a few things up with his equipment. I'm gonna change the bow, possibly modify the quiver, redo the arms, and then redo the legs. The head I'll pretty much keep, but if it turns out, like, there's supposed to be some color on, like his sideburns, I'll fix those as well. So, even though I'm not really interested in the next one, let's just go ahead and show him. So, the last minifigure is Henchman. Henchman from the animated short. As I said, this one probably represents as one of the ones that's, like, panicked when Hanzo came and attacked and tried to get his phone out. As you can clearly see off his face, and also with the phone. I guess the one thing I like about this minifigure is, like, the printing that they actually put in. It actually looks like a smartphone, so I think I'll use that for something else. Yes, and same with this hairpiece. So, this will go fairly quickly, because there's no reason for me to customize this minifigure. I'll probably use the torso for something else, and same thing with the legs. Like, so in general, this is probably just gonna be another minifigure that'll just, like, sacrifice and then reforge Origins, a new life and everything. So, again, I'm not interested. So, sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. I'll just call you Justin for now, but you suck. Get out of here. Okay, so now that we're done with the minifigures, let's just go on to the set. So the set itself, admittedly, wasn't as complicated as I thought it was. As I thought it was going to be. I think that's sort of like a thing with some LEGO sets. Like, I expect it to be either bigger or more complicated. This one? Nope. Not really. So, this represents as sort of like the centerpiece of inside the temple in Shimada Castle, I believe is what it was called. So, when looking at this, these sets sort of like move a little bit. And of course, we got another healing pack, which I kind of like that it sort of represents and some elements from the game. An interesting thing here is that, like, if you notice down here of some of these pieces, is that if I push this out through here... Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. It's like a disc launcher, so it'll launch out these pieces. It's very similar to, if anybody remembers Legends of Chima, like one of the final sets that they did was, like, disc launchers. So if I push this... Yeah. Okay, that was very anticlimactic. anticlimactic, but a similar thing. They launch out the discs and everything. And there are a couple of others, like in case you lose some, you can put them back in. You can always like reload this thing and put it back in. And the same thing with Hanzo's. Whoa, whoopsies, don't go away. Don't you fall over. So this one is Blue Dragons. I think these are supposed to represent of like the ultimates from the game. Which I guess that's one way of doing it. Okay, get back in. There we go. There we go. We also have like little lanterns over here. I think these are supposed to be like little fire pits. But they have no flame on them. I do like it of how with up here it's sort of like has the same symbol but sort of scratched out, and then has some of the writing. I think this was supposed to be like Genji's like quote unquote tombstone, because I remember in the animated short, Hanzo always comes back here like here Hanzo, get the people like a demonstration. Like he comes back here, he sits down, and then sort of like pays his respects to Genji. And I guess the sword was Genji's, and she's to sort of represents of like his downfall. And then this piece represents the scarab, or the scarab. I can't speak, but the piece you would use to hold the blade. There we go. That's basically what I would say. I was kind of hoping that LEGO would actually take time and effort to maybe actually make an actual like scarab to like hold the sword and everything. Like if there's a minifigures who wants to hold it on the sides and everything, that'd be kind of a cool detail if they actually did that. But since they didn't, I guess that's okay for now. So, the set is not too complicated. I get it. Before I forget, there's also one other piece. Like I don't know how well you guys can see it, but there's like an Overwatch sort of logo stud piece over here. I don't know what that's supposed to represent. Maybe currency though. Ooh, maybe that should be like an idea for the game. Like maybe there should be like a bounty hunter sort of like co-op mode for like to kill players, and then they give you money. Like sort of one of those games where like you can collect money. That's money. Like the more you collect, like the bigger your bounty, and then like if a person kills you, they then take all that money. That should be a game idea. Someone call Blizzard Entertainment or the Overwatch company people. Let's get that as an idea. But anyways, with this set, it's not as complicated as I thought it was gonna be, but this is actually a pretty interesting set, and it does capture the general idea as to what this environment is supposed to be. So let's get the minifigures back out and then reach a conclusion. Well, that pretty much does it for this video on a LEGO set review. So in conclusion, this set is actually pretty good. Like if you guys want to get this set, so I'll include a couple of links of the set in the description below, so you can go check it out like I did in the last video. And it's clear like the path that I'm going to do. So with Genji and Hanzo, I'm going to upgrade their equipment, upgrade some of their pieces, and change a few things up. For the dude in the middle, sorry, dude, you're gonna be used for a different minifigure in the future. And the sets, it's not exactly like the whole set, which if LEGO actually did like all of Hanamura, man, that'd be a way more expensive set than sets. And in general, with these Overwatch sets so far, they're actually pretty cool. Of how like they capture bits of the actual video game, including like some elements that you'd expect to find when you play through. So again, if you want to buy this set, I'll include a couple of links in the description below so you can go check it out. And so far I've got like 6 of the minifigures that I'm going to be doing. The next ones that I still need to get are Tracer, Widowmaker, Diva, Eva, Reinhardt, McCree, and Soldier 76. Those are the minifigures often the Overwatch sets. So, I think aside from Diva and Reinhardt set, I'm not too big on getting like the other sets. Like if I could just get the minifigures from those sets and from the other sets, that'd be very good. But I'll work it all out in the future. So, next episode for LEGO Arts is gonna be Sword Art Online 2. I finally finished a minifigure that I wanted to wait for a little while. That one is done, so the next episode of that one will be SAO. And Overwatch will not be up for a while because I still need to get, as I said, I still need to get a few more minifigures, and I need a lot of recustomizing to do. But be sure to keep your eyes and ears peeled for that one. So anyways, if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future, feel free to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. It really, really helps us work on Let's Plays, LEGO projects, and we're just mainly here to have some fun. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, hit that like button, comment below what you think, share this to your friends, subscribe to me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, and it's a Halford mode. Ow! Thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. What do you guys, Smooth Rises?